Pretty well around the region this morning. In and out of Dover, a little bit of busy activity along 13 north and southbound. No major jams or problems right there, though. Accident in Smyrna, the 3000 block of Brentford Road, just west of Ryan Road. Expects some delays, maybe some detours in effect in that area. Sussex County have been running pretty well. In and out of Georgetown, no major jams so far through Millsboro and Dangsboro. You're also in good shape. The 13 corridor in western Sussex County also moving along fairly well in both directions. I'm Robin Bryson with Traffic Watch on Delaware 105.9.
And your complete forecast: cloudy, humid, occasional rain today in southern Delaware. 78 the high. Tonight cloudy with rain. Overnight low 61. Windy, cooler, and rain tomorrow. High 64. Friday heavy rain. This is Joaquin. Tropical storm Joaquin moving up this way, and the effects of that, heavy rain, flooding possible Friday with a high of 63. It's 73 and cloudy in Rehoboth, a little drizzle and rain in Lewis at 75. Let's talk to Rita. Rita in Bridgeville. Good morning, Rita. We're talking about the execution of the woman in Georgia last night. She encouraged her lover to kill her husband. He took a knife and killed the husband. She was executed last night. He is in life in prison, up for parole in 2022. Rita.
Yes, I just don't think it was just in the respect that legal system, in my opinion, is a game, because when someone is charged with something, it's almost like you have to pick out a card from the deck of cards, which way you want to be tried for the crime. It's unfortunate that she was executed. I mean, if they're going to give him the penalty that they gave him, rightfully, she should be equally, penalized in that respect.
So, in other words, you're saying you would have stayed the execution?
Right. I mean, life in prison. I mean, I think, when somebody does something like that, they both need to be held accountable for the crime.
Yes.
But for me to say, okay, I stole a piece of gum and you stole a piece of gum, well, they're going to just pat your hand and say, okay, don't do it anymore. You have to do a year of community service, but they throw me in jail for 50 years. But how just is that? We both.
Well, they're going to let me go, in a sense. They're going to spare my life because I'm a man. They're going to get you because you're the woman.
Well, and in that respect, I think there was a gentleman that said men were superior to women. All that stuff. I look at the crime of the person, whether it's a man, woman. It makes no difference. Regarding men and women, we all have strengths in our own respect.
Yeah, that's for sure. And Rita, my strength is having to say, I'm sorry, it's a hard break. I do appreciate your call. Thank you, Rita. I wish you had more time. Good morning. It's time for a news update
on Delaware 105.9.
And Delaware 105.9 News Time 6:59. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kelly Steele from the Weather Center. Today, mostly cloudy and humid with occasional rain. A high of 78 degrees. Tropical storm Joaquin now has maximum sustained winds of 70 miles per hour. It could reach hurricane strength today. According to the National Weather Center, the storm's latest position is about 360 miles east of the northwestern Bahamas. Joaquin could ride up the east coast throughout the weekend, bringing with it double-digit rainfall for Delmarva. Delmarva weather officials are, of course, monitoring that storm. 2 men and a woman are sought in connection to a home invasion that occurred Monday night in Seaford. Delaware State Police say it happened on North Street Extension as a 31-year-old man was in his shower when he heard a noise. Police say he was then pulled from his shower by 2 black men and a black woman who threw him to the ground, kicked him multiple times, tied his hands behind his back, and then hit him in the face with a gun. From the first town in the first state, this is WXDE Lewis. Delaware 105.9. It's 7 o'clock. Good morning.
CBS News, I'm Frank Sedapani. A Georgia woman who got a lover to kill her husband has been put to death. Kim Gissendaner died from a lethal injection a few hours ago, the first woman executed in Georgia since the 1940s. Execution witness Jeff Hollinger says Gissendaner sang Amazing Grace as she was being put to death.
She began singing, then sobbing, then crying, and then made a statement. And her statement was that she was so very sorry of what she did to an amazing man, meaning her husband, that he didn't deserve it, loved her children, and hoped that they would find peace.
Pope Francis was among those who appealed for Gissendaner's life to be spared. Gissendaner's daughter Kayla joined a crowd that stood in the rain outside the prison in a final show of support.
To see y'all here is so incredible. We just want to thank y'all so much.
Later today, Oklahoma is scheduled to execute Richard Glossop for a murder someone else carried out. Glossop insists he had no part in the crime at all and was framed by the actual killer. The Supreme Court is considering a stay of execution request. Heavy rain is flooding streets and basements from the central Appalachians all the way to New England, but the real Sunday punch could arrive over the weekend. Government forecaster Michael Brennan says Tropical Storm Joaquin is on the verge of becoming a hurricane.
Some of the computer models we look at are bringing the storm inland over portions of the